Alright, we're gonna have a good day today. 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 For a big day today. We're going to have a big day. Positive thinking. We're going to have a big day. No breakdowns. We're going to get 50 acres picked of 3 bale cotton, get like 50 modules made, and be only like 2 days away from getting done with cotton harvest before the rain gets here tomorrow. Yep. No, that ain't the way it's going to work, but I do hope to get about 50 acres done today. I hope to not have any breakdowns, and I hope to get about 9 to 10 modules made. That's my plan. That's my goal for today. We got yet another change up in our crew. Kelly's dad's not feeling too well. All this cotton dust and stuff, you know, with his age, just kind of getting in his lungs, not feeling well. So got old Roy back out here on the bush hog. Moved Carter over to one of the module builders, so that's what that's the crew we're going to be working with today.
Welcome to whatever day it is, because I really don't know. I've lost track. We're farming right along the big busy highway, as you can tell. And it's been a busy morning because Matt's in good cotton, so I'm having to run around like a chicken with its head cut off. And I've got 2 boys that are stubborn and hard-headed and don't want to listen to their mother. So this is gonna be a fun day. Yeah, the wind got a hold of that one. So like I said, we're busy because we're in good cotton, but I'm having Nate on this builder and Carter's on that one, and he's not happy to be out here. As you can tell, he doesn't really want to work. My dad is really congested from the cotton and the dust from the last week. Giving him a day off. Plus he has zombie trail tonight, and it's the last weekend for that. So Dad really needs to stay home. But I'm literally running between having to go get Matt and then having to dump with the builders and move the builders and ask kids to get up there and smash cotton. And then this morning that tramper decided to break again, so Matt's kind of temporarily fixed it. Hopefully get us through the next couple of last few days of cotton. So I'm having to get out and pick that up because it's already full again. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. You try and raise your kids right, and society just tells them that they don't have to work hard for anything, and then they want to get mad and upset with you because, you know, you ask them to do simple stuff. I don't understand anymore. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. I think the big problem with today is that society teaches them that they don't have to work hard, that they don't have to. You know, one, the government will take care of you, or your parents, or, you know, you don't have to work hard, other people should do it for you. It's just, I mean, we've raised our children the way we were raised, and then they get out into society, and society tells them they don't have to do what their parents told them to do, or how they raised them. And it's just, it's so freaking hard to change their mindset. Big one that resonates with me is, it's not my job. This is a team out here. This has to work like a team. So why is it my job to run between a picker, a bull buggy, 2 builders, put out a tarp, tag stuff, and then turn around and run after him? Oh, and make their lunches, do their laundry, but it's not their job. So they refuse to get off their butts. And then I turn into a screaming lunatic because no one wants to listen to me. No one wants to help. Instead, it's, well, geez, Mom, why are you screaming at us? Well, if you're going to scream at me, I'm not going to help you. Because what else am I supposed to do? So that's my awesome rant for the day, that, you know, we as parents, we can do everything to raise our children correctly. And the minute they get into society, we're kind of screwed. So I guess Matt and I need to make plans to figure out who's going to take care of us in the nursing homes, because I sure as heck ain't going to put it in the hands of these two. That's a negatory. Some days I just want to give up. Today's kind of one of those days.
I know, I think we all got a little touch of something, just being tired and run down, and leaves us susceptible to bugs. I've been fighting a sore throat and feeling pretty rough the last few days. But, you know, the cotton and the weather don't care how bad you feel or how tired you are. It's going to be out here doing what it's doing, which is losing value. So we just have to push on through, get it out. We can rest when we're done or when we're dead. I didn't mention to you yesterday because we had a rough day in the breakdowns, but during the rain break, I went by the gin and got the report on what they've already ginned, and they had already ginned the first two farms that we picked, and yields were just a little bit lower than what I thought. You know, my yield monitor, I don't care if we calibrate it, it's only good to within about maybe 10%. I mean, sometimes we look out and it gets a lot closer, but you know, 10% is, that's what it is. But the turnout on it wound up being a lot higher than what I thought. It came in at, one farm came in at 40%, the other farm came in at like 42%. But get this, we're getting a 4-cent premium for quality. Apparently, I don't know exactly what the high quality is. I didn't look at the actual grades, but we're getting a 4-cent per pound premium for quality, which is extremely good. I mean, normally you expect anywhere from a 0 cent to a 2-cent premium. You get up there at 3-4 cent premium, you got some high quality cotton out here, and apparently that's what we had. So we're already getting a 90-cent per pound advance from staple cotton. All right, add another 4 cents per pound onto there. We're up to 94 cents. And then the gin also told me that they're going to be paying out 6 cents per pound for a seed check, because apparently cotton seed prices are high, so they're giving a little bit extra back to the farmer. 6 cents per pound of that, and then 2 cents per pound on the modules. So that puts us at $1.02 per pound. That what we're making right now. And then like I said, the 90-cent per pound from staple cotton, that was just an advance. As they market our cotton through the year, we will get more payments. We'll get a total of 4 more payments. We'll get another payment in January of next year, March of next year, May of next year, and then we'll get the final payment. We'll get the final payment in September of next year for this year's cotton crop. And, you know, traditionally I would expect from those payments, just depending on what the market does, to add about another 10 cents per pound. So, I mean, if that does come to fruition, then, I mean, we're looking at, you know, around $1.12 per pound for this year's cotton crop. And when you got field averages of 1,500 pounds times $1.12 per pound, you do the math. That's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. But with our disaster of a cotton crop, that's what we're going to need to make the books black this year. But that 4 cent per pound premium was on Delta Pine $17.25. Right now we're on Phytogen $3.60, and hopefully the grade is going to be just as good. I mean, Phytogen is typically known for having a little bit better grade than what Delta Pine is. So, you know, hopefully we still getting a 4 cent per pound on this too. but it's been through one more rain than what that Delta Pine had, so you know it might have dropped it in the 2 to 3 cent per pound range. We just won't know until it gets ginned and get the classing reports back to it, because the way the classing works is you know, we pick the cotton, put it in a module, the gin comes and picks up the modules, carries it to the gin, and then they gin the cotton, put it into cotton bales, and then they pull a sample from each bale, and those samples then have to be sent down to Memphis, Tennessee, where the classing offices are, and then you're going to have another few days turnaround time on that before you find out what the grades on it are. So it can be a fairly lengthy process, just depending on how long our cotton has to sit out here in the field before the gin gets it, and then once it gets on their lot, how long before they gin it, and then what kind of backlog you got there at the classing office there in Memphis. It's definitely more complex than what you know, delivering and selling grain is.
Watch in my mirror when the tramper stops, because apparently my children do not believe in radios. They won't talk on them, they won't even listen to me, so what's the point in having these if they don't want to communicate? So I'm having to do this because I'm not fighting today. I'm exhausted and tired, and it is what it is. And then yesterday was an absolute crap show with that's too hot. Slow down there, Sally. Yesterday was an absolute crap show, with the builder breaking down and Matt having to go get parts, not once but twice. The second time my dad had to go get it because it was still leaking after he put it back together. And then I'm just gonna watch my mirrors. He sends me over to this farm that's been logged, and while I'm watching unit number 6, and there's this huge tree limb in the middle of the field that in tall cotton I couldn't see it, I sucked up a giant log in number 2, but thank God I didn't do any major damage to it, because I probably would have cried. That's why you put people on the cotton picker that know what they're doing, because I was able to shut the heads off immediately without, you know, any damage to it, so that was a good deal. I'm trying to watch this too at the same time. In all honesty, you try and raise your children to be productive adults in society, and maybe they're just complete buttholes to us on the farm, but from what people have said about our daughter and our middle son, that they do work very well with others. They do work well for others. So I guess in the end, that's all you really want, is that they work in society very well for others. Right now, though, they're not working well for us. Yeah.
I tell you what, I don't pick no time at all before we get that full basket alarm going off. I like it. Well, I like it a lot. Tell you, I done had it with these module builders. All we've had to do is freaking work on them. This time, apparently, module builder number 1 got some weak springs on the tramper that hold the lash together, and you work it just right and it pops loose. I got that sucker ratchet strapped down. Ain't no way it's popping loose this time. I know they still a lot better than dumping in trailers, but right now they're turning my hair gray really fast. Yeah, we got an old cotton trailer over there in the woods. I didn't realize it was there. I wonder what the history behind it is. So anyway, that kind of leads me into my next topic I want to talk about. My video on us getting our cotton equipment ready came out yesterday. It had a couple questions on our style of picker, which is a basket picker, compared to a module picker or a round baler picker, which is the newest style from John Deere. And you know, which one was better, what it cost to operate, all that kind of stuff. Well, for one thing, basket pickers like what I own are no longer made anymore. John Deere quit making them, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago. Whenever they came out with a round bale module picker, they still produce basket pickers for another few years after that. I think the round bale picker was introduced in maybe like 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere along there. But anyway, to get to the differences between them, if you got a baler picker in the field, one person can harvest a crop by themselves. Whereas with me, with a basket picker, to harvest our entire crop takes a minimum of 3 people. One person on the picker, one person on the bowl buggy, and then another person on the module builder. So the module picker itself is much more efficient in getting cotton harvested. Not only does it have a faster ground speed, whereas my picker, the max speed it can pick at is about 4.5 miles an hour. I think the module pickers have sped the heads up and sped the transmission up. I think they're picking at like 5.1, 5.2 miles an hour. So you get more acres covered that way. Plus the module picker never has to stop to dump. It's got an accumulator on there, which is like a small basket that holds the cotton there while the module itself is being formed and wrapped and injected. And you can dump those modules on the go. You never have to stop. So I could just pick this field back and forth, never have to stop or anything. So they can cover, so you add that with a higher ground speed, they can cover a lot more acres in a day. Now, if I'm picking in good cotton like what we have been, about 50 acres in a day in our fields and in our fields, sizes and shapes, about 50 acres is all I can cover in one day. That's a pretty hard day. If I was in the Delta with bigger fields, longer rows, I could get a little bit more. But that's in good cotton, our fields, and running 2 module builders. Now, if we're in cotton that's not so good, I can cover more. I think last year in some pretty poor cotton, I think I covered about 65 acres in one day. Whereas a module picker, just depending on what size fields it's in, how much it has to move and transport, they typically cover, I've heard anywhere from like 70 to 100 acres in a day. At least a third more productivity. And plus, it doesn't matter how good the cotton is, it can cover the same amount of acres every single day because it's not having to wait on a module builder, it's not having to stop to dump. The biggest problem with the module pickers is that they are more expensive to operate in the field than what mine is. I mean, first of all, you got the cost of the machine. A brand new John Deere module picker, you're looking at over $1 million right now. Even well used ones that are 10 plus years old, you're looking at $325,000 to $350,000. Whereas when I bought this picker, I can't remember what year I bought it in, I think I paid $92,000 for it. So even used ones are going for at least 4 times of what a used basket picker is. The pickers themselves definitely use more fuel than what this one does. It's got a lot bigger engine on there. It's got more weight to pull. It's got a lot more functions on there, so it's using more fuel. However, when you add the fuel that this one uses, plus the 2 tractors running the module builders, plus the bowl buggy, I would say the fuel use is probably fairly comparable. You need fewer employees out in the field to run a module picker. I mean, basically you need 3 people in the field. You need 1 on the picker, 1 person in a tractor moving the modules and staging them for the module trucks to pick up, and then you got somebody cutting the stalks. Whereas to run this picker, we got 5 people out in the field. So, with the labor situation the way it is, hard to find skilled labor to work on farms. That can be a big benefit. But not only do the machines cost a lot more, cost more to operate, the depreciation on them is a lot more because of the initial purchase price. They're depreciating a lot faster, or they're depreciating a lot more per hour run than what this one is. You've also got the cost of the plastic wrap for every module, whereas our modules, the Gen supplies us tarps to tarp the modules free of charge. To run a module picker, you got to actually buy the plastic tarp that covers the modules. And last I heard, the price has probably gone up because everything's gone up this year, but the last I heard is that it costs about $32 to $35 per module to wrap that module, and each module has roughly around 4 bales of cotton in there, so you're looking at about $8 per bale. If you're in 3 bale cotton like what we're in, you're looking at $24 per acre increased cost just for the wrap to wrap the modules cotton. However, that cost is offset a little bit because there's literally no waste of cotton. You know, every time that we dump in a mold buggy, and then the mold buggy dumps in the module builder, and then the module truck comes and picks up the modules, you know, we're losing a little bit of cotton each time because you got some spillage. The module trucks can't scrape all the cotton up off the ground whenever they do pick up a module, so you're losing a little bit of yield there. And in cotton, you know, I've already said, you know, we're probably going to get somewhere $1.10, $1.12 per pound for cotton. You know, that adds up, and it will, and that loss will offset some of the extra cost of the plastic wrap on the baler picker, because there is no loss whatsoever on those modules. You got plastic that actually goes all the way around the module, and it's got a little lip that comes up on the side, so it's completely 100% protected, and there's no cotton loss ever in that system. See, my basket just got full and started blowing out the pipes. You know, we got a little bit of cotton there on the ground. You know, overall the module picker it costs more to get your cotton crop out, but the efficiency you get, you know, being able to get done picking quicker, your cotton getting less weathering, a lot of the benefits of it do offset the increased cost of operating that picker. So, you know, ultimately, we got along fine with this style of picking for years, but at some point in time, I'm going to have to, if I'm going to continue to raise cotton, I'm going to have to switch over to a module picker. I mean, for the simple fact that they're no longer making basket pickers, and eventually these will get so wore out that, I mean, it's just not feasible to rebuild them. Plus, you know, we're getting older. You know, Kelly's got a bunch of health problems. It's really hard on her, you know, doing all this running around, running up and down the module builder, stretching tarps out, tarping the modules and everything. And, you know, just like we're saying today, you know, our labor situation, the amount of labor you need in the field to run this kind of picker efficiently, you know, it can get hard. You know, Kelly's dad's not going to be able to come out to the field forever. You know, we got kids that are going to grow up, and they'll probably move off, have their own careers, not be able to work in the field anymore. You know, we got Roy on the bush hog. I don't know how many more years he's going to be able to do that. I think he's 78, 79 years old, still going strong. But eventually, you know, eventually these people not going to be around, or they're not going to be going strong. So that's kind of the problem we're going to face as cotton farmers. You know, we're going to make a decision sometime here, you know, sooner rather than later. Are we going to bite the bullet and buy a module picker at that, you know, probably $300,000 to $400,000 cost, plus have to spend another $50,000 to $80,000 to rebuild it, or are we just going to quit growing cotton? I mean, ultimately that's what it's going to boil down to.
Look how awesome traffic. Also, look how big this module is. Matt wanted to fit it all into one. Well, I've been here for an hour smashing this because the boys have been sitting on their butts. So, I guess he's just gonna have to sit and wait on me. I don't have another choice. It can't be too big. or else the module truck can't pick it up. So I'm almost there.
Well, we're out here along this busy highway. Figure we do a little bit of advertising. Say no to polyester bi-cotton. I don't know if that was Kelly or one of the kids or whatever, but I like the way they think. In fact, that gives me another topic to talk about when we get started on this next field. And then Zach started a couple years ago playing off the Chick-fil-A of eat more chicken, doing wear more cotton. Of course, normally we spell it like weird. Funny when it comes to my kids writing papers for school, they can't spell worth a lick, but when I actually want them to screw up the spelling for advertising, they get it right.